Hello everyone and welcome back to Your Basic Nerd, which is still a channel where I document my highly imperfect attempts at nerdy hobbies. And today is our next installment of Simon's Coffee. Here is everything that we've made up until today. And we are going to be continuing on with cups, several of them I think. And then we'll see how long it takes and how much time we have left for the utensil holder and some storage jars before we start discovering plants. I'm filming this on a Monday morning because I've had a very busy weekend. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let's get into it. Okay, so here we're looking at our instructions for the cups. And I think the list of items that we need looks deceptively simple. We only have those paper cut spheres, I guess. And then the white paper rod that we need, and obviously the golden pen. But then the list of steps to complete the cups with those very few items looks very long and complicated. So as usual, we're gonna try to be patient and strategic, and hopefully we don't mess up anything. So the first step is to cut the paper rods. And then I think we're supposed to be able to peel off some material from the outside of the rod. Then we're supposed to draw on it to make it look like coffee. And then there's another peeling off step before we move on to the outside of the cup. So it looks a bit complicated, but we're gonna be patient, do everything in order, and hopefully it works out. Okay, so actually our first official step is to cut the papers that will be, I think, the plates underneath the cups. So let's start with that. Okay, so that's done. They're not perfect, you can still see the black line, but I'm pretty sure we're just gonna fold them and glue them to make the plate of the cup. So I'm guessing it doesn't matter that much. And we're actually gonna cover the line with golden ink. So I think it should be fine. And then the first instructions that we have are cut the paper rod based on the measurement. Rotate the rod when cutting. Okay, and there's two measurements. So we're supposed to make two pieces that are 4 millimeters high and then 8 that are 5 millimeters high. Okay, so that's confusing. I might mark them all before I start just to make sure my measurements are correct. So this would be 4. Of course, it's very approximative. And then 8. So those would be the 2 that they call A. And then we would need 8 that are 5. So it's testing my elementary school math skills, but I should be fine. So I'm at 8.3. Okay, so let's check. That's 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's okay. And it's sort of stupid to measure anything that's precisely on a paper rod, because clearly it's not gonna cut that well, but let's do our best. And they also say, yeah, rotate the rod when cutting. So I don't know if there's a trick to it, but we'll see. Yeah, that's not the most fun part. I think it's basically rolled paper that's glued together. So you lose little bits of it when you're rolling the rod to cut off your little parts. And honestly, the measurements don't mean anything because you cut just however you can. But let's keep on doing that and you'll probably get a nice fast forwarded section because it's gonna be long and boring. Okay, so that was painful and unpleasant. I think it took about 20 minutes just to cut those little pieces of the rod. And I went way past the measurement that I had originally made. So hopefully we don't need that white paper rod too much for upcoming steps. And we're only at step 2 still. So then we're supposed to take our 2 A's, which should be shorter than the B's. I'm not sure that the measurements are very correct. And then they say cut off A and peel off until the diameter reduces to 3 millimeters. Then glue and fix, whatever that means. So I guess this diameter is over 3 millimeters now, which maybe by a little bit. So I guess they just want us to remove a little bit of the outside. Yeah, I think that's about right. At least it looks cleaner than it did before. And then I guess they want us to add just a tiny bit of glue so that it doesn't unfurl. Okay, let's roll with that. If we can. Yeah. And then we'll do the same with the second one. So we have our 2 A's, and then they say blacken one end of A1, which is what we've just completed, and mark it as A2, complete 2 pieces in total. So I don't think there was a marker included in the kit, so I used this felt pen. So I think we're done with our 2 A2s. And then we have peel off B. Okay, so we're starting to use these. And wrap A2 until the diameter grows to 6 millimeters, then glue and fix. This is so stupid. I'm not even sure it's gonna look good. So basically this is supposed to be 3 millimeters. So then I roll this one around this one until it doubles in diameter. And then I'm guessing I need to glue it just to help me make things easier. And it's gonna be the outside of the coffee cup. You guys get it? Okay, so this has got to be one of the stupidest steps we've seen up until now. I don't get why we had to unroll the full paper just to roll it back onto the other piece, instead of just, you know, cutting a strip of paper and doing it once. But I guess the look isn't too bad up until now. We'll see how the rest goes. So now we need to do that a second time. Alright, so the second one is done as well. And then we just put a golden line onto the top of the cup, and we're done with this first part. Oh, so the next step uses the paper rod again. And this time you're supposed to cut the 2 millimeter piece. So I guess we're not done with the paper rod. I'm gonna take it out of the bag because I'd already put it away. And then the instructions are so unclear. They say cut the paper rod as shown and peel off 1 layer for future use. We'll still do it because we like following instructions, but I'm very annoyed with Simon's coffee right now. Alright, so I'm gonna wait and see what I'm supposed to do with these paper circles that I would peel off that piece. And I'm turning the page. Oh, And we only have 3 steps left. And then 7 is very easy. We just glue the plates together and draw onto them. So that I can do. And like that. And then step 8, plate left 6 paper rods with gold refill. Okay, so I finished putting the gold paint onto all of the remaining cups. And now I'm unrolling this last piece of paper that's supposed to make the handles of the cups, but I think it's gonna look terrible. I'm still gonna do it because it's in the instructions, but really this is the stupidest step that I've ever seen. So let's see how we do. At least we can use scissors for that one. And then a tiny bit of glue. Actually, I misspoke. It's not the worst step we've seen because the overall look is pretty nice. And then for these 8 cups with the fake coffee inside, we stick them onto a plate. Like that. Okay, so not too bad. Then there's 3 B cups where we only put a handle and we don't use the plates. All right, finally. Okay, so these are the 2 cups with fake coffee inside. They surprisingly don't look too bad in the end. They're really zoomed in, but if you look at the whole picture, I think it's fine. However, the other ones are very rough. These ones in front don't even stand upright, so hopefully we'll glue them onto something when we complete the final Simon's Coffee look. But yeah, it was a really rough step. I think it took a solid hour to complete everything, and it doesn't look that good. It doesn't look that interesting. So not my favorite step. And I think it's going to be the only one for this week. Next week we have the utensil holder and then some storage jars, which I think should be a bit nicer. And then I'm excited to move on to plants at some point, probably the week after. So thanks for watching my struggle this week. Hopefully we do something that looks a bit nicer and is a bit more fun next week. And for now, I'm gonna head to work because it's Monday morning. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoy watching my struggles, and see you in the next one. Bye!